Alright, welcome to the video. In this one, I'll be talking about SSI and the current legislation that senators offered to increase payments for supplementary security income. Let's dive in and go over all the specifics right now. I want to address a question I hear frequently about the new information that was made public about the changes being made to the way that SSI checks are raised. Details of this are provided in this video. I would like to clarify one more thing very quickly. This is exclusively about SSI Supplementary Security Income and the approximately 8 million recipients who receive these recurring monthly checks. With that said, let's get started and quickly go over all the basics. Before we begin, I would greatly appreciate it if you could do the following, or if you're new here, thank you so much for coming. Would you kindly make sure that you hit the subscribe button located directly below the footage? It's completely free to do so, and I'm keeping an eye on the news every day, conducting research, speaking up for you, responding to inquiries, and doing everything I can to support you at this time, because I understand that most people are extremely tight for money. Struggling, particularly those with poor or fixed incomes, the elderly who are disabled, and the list goes on and on. You've heard me discuss all of this in previous videos. It's a difficult period of life, and I think we can all agree that things are difficult financially. It's a difficult time for most people these days, but I'm here to help in any way I can, and I have been for years. I have no intention of leaving, so please accept my sincere gratitude for being here. If you haven't already, please subscribe below. You can also use the share button to spread the word about the video to your friends on social media. Okay, thank you so much, and let's speak about the specifics in a moment. My wife Corey will read something to you that was recently brought up by lawmakers. I want to offer you all the information regarding this and address any questions you may have, so this is something I get to do again. Inquiries concerning this on a reasonably regular basis, possibly not daily, but certainly a few inquiries each week, that I genuinely notice regarding this in the comment section below. Many of you who receive SS are curious about what's happening with the SSI Restoration Act, which is the law that addresses many of the various reforms that many of us would like to see with it when it comes to SSI benefits, is, in my honest view, a really fantastic piece of legislation. Arrives at SSI. The main question that everyone wants to know is whether or not checks are being raised. Keep in mind that the SSI Restoration Act increased benefits to 100% of the federal poverty threshold, which would result in a significant increase to your SS side check. Actually, a 33% increase. Rise from what it is today in 2024 to your benefit check in order to raise it to the federal poverty line. That's a significant increase, right? Additionally, it raises the cash or cash equivalent possession limits. You are aware of that, and eliminates the marriage penalty. Additionally, the SSI Restoration Act accomplishes a number of other things as well. Nevertheless, those are the three primary ones that we see on a regular basis. As I've been saying for a while, we haven't really seen a number of months ago. I'll tell you the date in a moment. It was reintroduced in Congress. Alright, so lawmakers did come forward. We haven't really seen any updates or anything like that on it either. And they reinstated the SSI Restoration Act. There is a letter that explains this, which I'll have my wife Corey bring in a moment, read to you so you can understand precisely what they're saying. You can see that here in this letter as well. Alright, so I'd want to bring her in and have her read this to you. That won't take her more than a few minutes to read the entire thing, but then you can see the specifics of it. But this was, reintroduced. I want to emphasize this one more because, as I'm filming this, we're still in the middle of 2024. A few months ago, on January 30th, once more, I always want to provide you with factual and transparent information in these videos, as I always say. Yes, this was a few months back, but January 30th, 2024 marks the most recent reintroduction of the SSI restoration legislation. So sure to be just, though it was a few months ago, politicians did resubmit the SSI restoration legislation, which is also where this letter is from. Alright, so with that said, I'm going to leave this place and won't be returning. The SSI Restoration Act, a fantastic piece of legislation for SSI beneficiaries, is being reintroduced by lawmakers once more at the end of this video. I won't go into too much detail, because there isn't really a need for me to. Again, in my perspective, it increases benefits, eliminates the marriage penalty, and boosts the cash equivalent from $2,000 for an individual to $3,000 for a married couple, or $10,000 for an individual up to $20,000, which would also be quite good. However, the primary one is that this would also raise benefits by 33% to the federal poverty level, which would go from $943 to $1,255 a month. Now, again, no, as I constantly say, this has not been passed yet, but they're reintroducing it here as well. All right, so I wanted to quickly bring this to your attention because when they do so, I keep seeing queries. So I simply wanted to give you the specifics this time. To the best of my knowledge, the last time that they formally discussed this and actually brought it up again, reintroducing it in Congress. All right, so once more, I just wanted to bring this up, and with that said, I'm going to leave Corey's. Coming in, she will read this to you once more. It's not very long, but it provides the information you need. I would suggest that you watch or listen to it, as it will provide you with further information regarding the SSI Restoration Act. Say about it, but lawmakers will tell you straight from the source. Okay, with that stated, I'm going to stop this now. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe below and tell your friends about the video on my social media. Corey. It's all on you, and, this letter is all right. See you later. Representatives of Slotland, Joukowsky, and Grit-Lava reintroduced the SSI Restoration Act. This law would provide much-needed upgrades to assist today's elders, disabled people, and children. Representatives Slotland and Grit-Lava, J. Joukowsky, reintroduced the Supplemental Security Income Restoration Act. This bill increases asset limitations, streamlines the application process, sets the minimum benefit at 100% of the federal poverty line, and minimizes punitive benefit decreases. Approximately 8 million Americans who are older than the SSI Restoration Act provides important updates to keep beneficiaries out of poverty. People 65 or older who have significant disabilities rely on SSI benefits to meet their basic needs. Currently, SSI benefits provide an average income that is below the poverty line. The program has remained largely unchanged since its inception in 1972. Reduce poverty and enhance program accessibility. Representative Gava stated that Social Security Insurance, SSI, has long been a last resort and a vital safety net for preventing seniors and people with disabilities from sliding into poverty. But for more than 50 years, we have failed to restore the program to perform. It's time to update SSI to reflect the 21st century and ensure that those who are most vulnerable have the financial security and predictability they deserve. What it was designed to accomplish was to satisfy the fundamental requirements of blind, crippled, and elderly individuals who would otherwise go without. Additional Security Income, SSS, is a financial. The SSI program is a lifeline for over 8 million low-income seniors with disabilities and their families, who depend on it to survive. However, the income requirements and benefit amounts are still set from 1972. Representative Joukowsky stated that the program needs to be modernized immediately. Because everyone deserves to age with dignity and respect, let's get the Supplemental Security Income Restoration Act reintroduced with Representatives Gava and Slotland. This will update and improve SSI by streamlining the claiming process, increasing resources and income limits, and repealing reductions and benefits. It's finished.